What's up everyone, and welcome to another video. For today's video I am going to talk about everything that you need to know before sailing around the Komodo Islands in Flores, Indonesia. If you are watching this video, it probably means that you are going sailing soon, and I couldn't be more excited for you because this is gonna be a once-in-a-lifetime trip. If you want to make sure that you are prepared well enough, this is the video for you. So I remembered the first time that I was going to do this trip, I had so many questions because Komodo National Park is pretty complicated if you ask me, but we're gonna start with the basics, and that is that you're probably in Bali when you want to do a trip to Komodo National Park. What I always do is I book my ticket with Google Flights, and normally I book it with Air Asia because I love them so much. They are pretty reliable if you ask me, but there are so many other options, and to be honest, I never had a bad experience with any of these flight companies, so I definitely would recommend to just book the flight that is best for you with the best time as well. I normally book my flight a little bit early in the morning, starting from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. because if you book your flight later on the day, you will have more chance at having a delayed flight, which you definitely don't want. So make sure to book your flight in the morning if it is possible. And I normally pay between 500k, which is around 30 euros, or maybe maximum 1.2 million, which is around 70 euros. So that is the price where you will probably be in between. And then you will arrive in Labuan Bajo because you will fly from Denpasar to Labuan Bajo, and there you're probably gonna stay one night in Labuan Bajo. I recommend to just book a hotel or a hostel there. Three places that I really recommend is Ayana Komodo. This is $200 a night, but definitely worth it if you ask me because it is such a beautiful place. Then the place where I normally stay is called 888. This is in the middle of the center. It is an apartment, and it is my personal favorite because it is spacious, it is clean, and it will prepare you for the trips, so you will have a nice night of sleep. This is around $40 a night. And then you also have Siesta Komodo, which is a hostel. This is I think around $25 a night, so this is more low budget, and it will be perfect if you are a low budget traveler. I would recommend you guys, when you arrive there and you unpack your bags, that you see a sunset in Sylvia Hills. This is in Labuan Bajo. You can easily rent a bike with your accommodation and go there for sunset to have the best sunset ever. And then the next day you will start your trip around the Komodo Islands. So now that we know a little bit more about the logistics, I'm going to tell you guys about Komodo National Park actually, because I was so confused. So Komodo National Park obviously consists of a lot of islands, also Komodo Island. So you have Komodo National Park, and one of the islands is Komodo Island, but you have way more other islands. So you will have to pay also an entrance fee for Komodo National Park. You will have to pay this on your second day of the trip. Now, how are you going to do a trip like this? You do it with a boat company that arranges everything. One boat company that I can 100% recommend is called Elbark Cruises. I did this trip 2 times with them now, and I couldn't recommend them more. They take care of everything. They pick you up at the hotel, they drop you off at the harbor. They have everything included except the fee for Komodo National Park, and prices start from 6 million per person, which is around $360, and it goes up onto $600 or $700 per person in total. But then you will have the most beautiful room if you decide to pay the 600 or 700 euros. So you can see which room you want to have, and then for the lowest budget you will be downstairs of the ship, but there's nothing wrong with that because all the rooms have their own shower, you'll have your own AC, you'll have your own bed. So I couldn't recommend this more because this boat is really safe, it is beautiful, it is well maintained, and the staff stuff is super nice. To book your trip with Elbar Cruises, I will put the number of them down below so you can book directly, but if Elbar Cruises has not any availability, you can always look online for the best companies that you would prefer, because there are literally so many boat companies. This is just my recommendation that I personally love, but if you want to book it with another one, you can just Google it and there will be many other options, because this trip is definitely a very popular touristic activity in Flores. Then you're probably wondering, how long do I stay on the boat? How does the itinerary look like? This is mostly the same with every boat company because they do the same itinerary. The only thing that will be different if you do a 3-day or a 4-day cruise, so that really depends. I normally do a 3-day, 2-night tour because for me it is long enough, but I also did one time a 4-day, 3-night tour, so it really differs on what you want. But let me tell you the itinerary for the 3-day and 2-night tour so you have an idea of what you are going to do, how it looks like, and what you need to pack, because that's also super important. You have the transportation to and from the hotel, which is included. All activities and excursions organized according to itinerary are included. All the meals are included. At Elbar Cruises they have Wi-Fi on the boat, so that is really nice to have, and the snorkeling gear and paddleboard is included, so you don't have to bring your own snorkel gear. What is excluded is the entrance fee, like I told you guys before. This differs most of the time. I think it's now around 500k per person, so that is $30 extra that you have to pay. Travel insurance is not included. All flight tickets you have to pay for yourself, and there's also a drone ticket fee for Komodo National Park. If you want to fly your drone there, it will cost you this amount of money. I'm not sure right now, but I'm gonna look it up later for you guys. And also alcoholic drinks are not included when you are on the boat, so all the normal soft drinks are included but not alcohol. And then we'll go on with the itinerary, which is super important. So you will be picked up from your hotel and then you will start with the boat tour. The first stop that you are going to have is Kilor Island. You have to hike up this island and then you have a beautiful viewpoint. So make sure that you have hiking shoes, that you have a hat because it is very hot, and that you will bring something to protect yourself from the sun. Either this is a t-shirt or this can be sunscreen, but these are the most important things for this day. And normally after Kilor Island you will go with the boat to Kalong Island, and there you will see thousands of bats flying from one island to another, which is simply magic. And for this activity you will stay on the boat. So the first day is definitely a really chilled and easy day, but the second day is not. So make sure that you have a really good night of sleep, because the second day you are going to wake up probably at 5 a.m. to hike up during sunrise to Padar Island. So again, hiking shoes are a must, a hat is a must, and something to protect yourself from the sun is really a must, and also a good bag. And then you will see Padar Island. After Padar Island you will go to Pink Beach. So again, make sure to have your bikini, that you have a towel, you will have something to protect you from the sun. It's literally the most important thing on this trip because you will get a sunburn so easily. And then you go to Komodo Island to see the wild Komodo dragons. This is again another trekking, so you need to have good shoes for this one. And then you will go diving with manta rays, so make sure you have a GoPro if you can, or something to protect your phone from the water, because you really want to record the mantas swimming. It is simply an amazing experience. And then you will end your day at Taka Makassar, which is a sandbank in the middle of the ocean, and maybe you will have a barbecue on the beach there, which I'm not sure, or you will eat on the boat. But for this one you're probably only gonna stay in your bikini. And on the third and last day you go snorkeling again at the most beautiful places that you can imagine. So make sure to soak this experience all in before you have to leave the boat, because after a lunch this will be the end of your trip and you will probably make memories for a lifetime. I absolutely love doing this trip. It is also genuinely super safe. Obviously accidents can happen, but I never experienced anything bad happening on the boat. The only thing that you have to be really careful with is that the boat can be slippery because people come in and out of the water all the time. So I had some people falling down on the boat or even falling off the boat. Nothing bad happened, but just like really make sure that you are safe and bring enough bikinis, bring enough sunscreen, bring a hat, bring something to cover yourself, and also bring a good book, bring some headphones you can listen to music, and definitely make sure to bring something to capture these beautiful moments. And like I said, hiking shoes and hiking outfits are really a must, and also maybe a small backpack because that is definitely much needed. Then a mistake most people make, and I don't want you guys to make this mistake, is to fly immediately back to Bali after doing the Komodo sail trip. Please don't do this, and maybe stay a little bit longer in Labuan Bajo because in West Flores there are so many amazing things to do, and I listed all of them here so you can check them out because it is definitely such a beautiful island with so many nice things to do. So make sure to not skip it, and that is actually the last tip that I want to give you guys. So I really hope you guys found this video informative and that you learned something from it and that you are now planning your Komodo trip. Please do not forget to send me pictures of you on your Komodo trip to my Instagram account because I love seeing you guys adventure around this place. It is literally my happy place in Indonesia. So thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions, put them down in the comments below or send me a DM on Instagram. I try to respond as much as possible. So please do not forget to like and subscribe. And as always, see you in my next one.